Okay, now when you will guys click on the implement option, you will be moved towards this page. Now here we need to here I will let you know what are these options related to and how you guys will be working on the platform. First of all, this task is already submitted by a worker. It's in another language, so the transcription and the segmentation is already done on this account. So but I will let you know that how you guys can do the transcription on the platform. Here suppose that wait here now if you want to for first of all we have this rewind button. With the help of this option you can rewind back your audio from the starting point. Now and then we have the play and pause button. With the help of this button you guys can play or pause the audio at the time of doing the segmentation. Here we have the forward button. With the help of this button you guys can forward your audio clip. And now we have the delete option. Now what this delete option means is that if you want to delete this segment, like you created a segment but it's invalid, like there is some correction needed, or you just directly want to delete this segment, so you will click on this delete option and this segment will be deleted right away. Okay, now if you move towards this section, this one section, role attributes. Now what this role attributes mean that in the audio, the audios will be assigned to you guys. There will be two persons speaking in the audio clips like this. Here we can see that. Let me show you guys. This is the first speaker. This audio is in the Burmese language because for the Dari annotation, we haven't received any task yet. From Monday, we'll be receiving our initial trials. So for now, I'm giving you a tutorial on this Burmese transcription process. Okay. Here we can see that the first segment was of the speaker one and the second segment is of speaker two. So this is this section, the role attribute section, is too much important for this project. For the initial speaker, for the first segment, you need to click on the O1 means the speaker one and O2 means the speaker two. You need to carefully select the speaker attributes. If in the starting you are selecting if you are giving this segment the speaker one, then the same voice should be transcribed to the speaker one in the whole audio. And if you are giving this segment as a speaker two, then the same voice will be transcribed as the speaker two throughout the whole transcription. Okay, now here we have the gender selection. For the gender selection, the first option, this one is for the male, the second one is for the female, and the third one is for NN. It's in the Japanese, it's in the Chinese, and it can't be translated into English. But I will let you know that the first option is of male, the second option is of female, and the third option is of NA, no gender. Okay, now here we have content tab. Now here now what does content tab mean is that when you guys are doing you have done the segmentation, okay, and now at this tab on this tab you need to type your transcription. The transcription will be typed here. You need to type your transcription and then you need to click on this transcribe button to save that transcription. Okay, here we have the audio attributes. Audio attributes depend on the quality of the audio and according to our guidelines. If the audio falls into the to the guidelines, then the audio will be marked as valid, and if the audio doesn't fall in our guidelines requirement, then it will be marked as invalid. But for this project, all of the audios will be marked as valid because the audios are very much clear and it will not be marked as the invalid audio. So for now, the trials which we have submitted for the previous projects, all of the audios were valid and no other audios were in the invalid section. Okay, so the role attributes is clear to now, the content tab is cleared, and the audio attributes are also cleared now. Okay, now let's move to these options 0, 10, 11, 20, 21, 30, 31, 40, 41, 50. Now what are these? These are the number of segments. If you want to move towards the segment 1, you will click on the paragraph 1, paragraph 2, paragraph 2. The paragraphs are named as segment. If the segments are named as paragraph. In the other projects, if you work on the April project or on the other projects, so these boxes are known as segments. Okay, but on this platform, these audio boxes will be known as paragraphs. Paragraph 1, paragraph 2, and then paragraph 3, 4, 5, and so on. You guys can see here. These are the paragraphs. Okay, now here you can see that there are the here you can if you need to do some correction in the paragraph 2 and the audio is way forward on the transcription waveform. So what you can directly click on that segment like this, and then the platform will automatically show you that selected paragraph, and you can do the correction right away. Okay, so I hope that the platform tutorial, like the platform guidelines, are clear now. Okay, so we will move towards the guidelines. What are the guidelines for this specific project? Okay, so for this I can do one more thing, is that if you guys
please,
need
Mr. Rahel, I will ask them that they got this or no. Because for me,
sure. Yeah, sure.
چیز مشکل نیست، من فهمیدم مکمل مشکل ندارم بر ما.
اقصد یک چیزایتان فهمیده باشین مشکل Mr. Rahel, the segmentators, these segments, we are making this segmentation, right?
The segmentation and the transcription will be done by the transcriber.
Yeah, and also can you tell us the measurement of the audios? How long is this for the Dari language?
For this, I'm going to read out the guidelines, and I will make you guys understand what will be the maximum limit of the segment and what will be the shortest limit of the segment. We will learn this thing in this guidelines format.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, so for your feasibility, what I will do is that I will provide you the Dari language guidelines, so you guys can understand the guidelines properly for your own comfort. Okay, so let's move towards the guidelines. For the first point, we have the annotators need to consider semantic coherence and the intercept in sentences. Sentences that are too long can be intercepted in component sentences, with each sentence not exceeding a maximum of 8 seconds, but not too short either. Based on the annotations experience, an average of the 5 to 6 seconds per natural language segment is sufficient. Okay. Now on the first point, it's saying is that the annotators, the transcribers, like while doing transcription, we need to consider semantic coherence. Now what semantic coherence means, that we need to consider for the complete and full meaningful sentence. If the speaker is saying, I am going to school, this is the complete semantic coherence, like this is the complete meaningful sentence. I am drinking water, this is the complete semantic sentence. Okay, I will come at sharp 5 o'clock, this is the complete semantic sentence. So we need to consider semantic coherence while doing the segmentation. Okay, sentences that are too long can be intercepted in component sentences. If the sentence is getting too long, like this, the speaker is speaking a long sentence and it's getting out of the limit, like the maximum limit. So what you need to do is that you need to find any type of pause. If the speaker is taking any pause at any point, at that point you need to separate the segment. Okay. Now the maximum limit of a single segment will be of 8 seconds. If the segment is getting more than 8 seconds, so you need to separate that segment. Like if the segment of the speakers, one segment is of this is of in 10 seconds, so you need to split the segment into the short parts as mentioned the guidelines. Okay, but here it's one point is also mentioned is there, based on the annotation experience, on average 5 to 6. Okay, one more thing, like after 10 minutes this meeting will be expired, so I will be sharing another link with you guys, so you guys can join. Okay, so The maximum limit we have 8 seconds, but for the average, like if we talk about the previous annotation experience, what we have shown is that the maximum and the sufficient average limit for the per segment is of 5 to 6 seconds. Try to make the segment within the limit of 5 to 6 seconds, but you can take it to the maximum of 8 seconds, not more than 8 seconds. Okay. Now, the optimal location of the each time boundary at the lowest point of the waveform. Now, what is the lowest point of the waveform? Here you can see that the audio is starting from here and it's ending here. Now the ending point here, you can see that the waveform is getting like here we can see the waveform. Let me show you that. We can see that the waveform here is a bit higher, and then the waveform is getting lower. This is the lower point though, so this point will be marked as the lower boundary of the waveform. So you guys need to end the segment at the very lowest point of the waveform, okay, according to the guidelines. Now, let's get point. The speech of different speakers cannot be intercepted in the same sentence. If there are two speakers speaking, like the speaker one and speaker two, so you can't transcribe the both of the speakers in only one segment. You need to make a separate segment for a separate speaker. So the separate segment will be created for different speakers. Okay. When intercepting the marked voices, try to leave 0.2 to 0.3 seconds of silence around the segment. There is no such long pause segment itself if it's not forced. The voice segment without the sudden noise is possible. You can shorten this reverse time before and after the voice. It's not really sudden noise, but there should be not the sound. Okay. Now, while making the segments, you need to give a gap of 0.2 to 0.3 seconds before the segment and at the end of the segment. Here we can see that the here you guys can count the seconds 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, like 0.1, 0.2. Let me show you here. This is the 0.1, 0.1, 0.2, and 0.3, 0.5. So according to guidelines, it is mentioned that you guys need to leave a blank space of 0.2 to 0.3 seconds at the starting of this segment and at the end of the segment. So what will happen if we will leave a space of 0.2 and 0.3 segment is that if there at the starting, at the ending, there will be no any cut of words. If you will not place any like this silence before the starting of the audio and the ending of the audio, so it may cause some of the cut of words. So it is advised to leave 0.2 to 0.3 seconds gap at the starting of the sentence and at the ending of the segment. Here you guys can see that in each segment there is a gap of 0.3 to 0.2 at the starting and the ending, just to resist the cut of words. Okay. If only one word indicates a response, it also needs to be intercepted, and as much as possible, adjacent sentence can be combined. If in the segment there is only one word, so you need to make the segment on only the one word. If it's like the speaker is saying, "What is your name?" and the second speaker replies, "My name is Ibad." Like it will be a long sentence. Let me think for the short one. Are you drinking water? The speaker one says, "Are you drinking water?" and the speaker two replies, "Yes." So this yes is a response, and you need to transcribe that response in a single segment. Okay. If a sentence is muted for more than 2 seconds due to the pause by the speaker, it should be intercepted into 2 clauses without considering the meaning of the sentence. Okay. Now the speaker is speaking, "I am going to school," but before in between "I am going to school," the speaker takes a pause of 2 seconds like this: "I am going to school." Like there is a pause of 2 seconds. So what we will do at that point, we need to separate the segment. Like we will be creating 2 segments at that point. I will go one segment, and after the pause of 2 seconds, I will create the next segment to school. I will go First segment, to school, second segment, because the speaker took a pause of 2 seconds, and according to the guidelines, if the speaker is taking a pause of 2 seconds or there is a silence of 2 seconds, so we need to split the segment. And how you guys can count that seconds? You guys can easily count that the pause with the help of this timeline, this timestamps. Timestamps are already shown to you guys on the waveform, and you guys can easily count it like from here 0 0.1, 0 0.2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, like this you guys can count the seconds. And if there is a pause of 2 seconds, so you need to separate the segment. Okay, now person speaks with a pause of no more than 2 seconds in the middle, a noise in the middle, incoherent statements after interception in computer semantics cannot be split. Okay. Okay, so let's move towards the general transcription rules. Be faithful to the content of the original sentence. Transcribe what you hear. No more words, less words, or wrong words. Okay. You need to type what you hear. If the speaker is saying I'm going to school, you need to type I'm going to school. Okay, no need to add any more words, no need to add more words from yourself, no need to add any less words from yourself, or no need to add any wrong words. What you hear, you need to try to type the same what you hear. Do not modify the grammar repeated several times to record. You cannot mark misspelled words. If the speaker is saying I go two. Okay, so these are the repeated words, so you need to transcribe the repeated words as much as it is spoken. Case, if the word is usually capitalized, transcribe it according to normal writing habits. If there is a pronouns like China, Microsoft, Apen, or Speech Ocean, or Google, so you need to transcribe the first letter will be capitalized according to pronoun rules. Okay. Numbers, when numbers appear in the text, they cannot be transcribed directly into Arabic numerals. They have to transcribe into the script writing of the language. Okay, you don't need to type the numbers in the Arabic numerals. You need to transcribe into alphanumeric like this. Original article, I am 15 years old. You need to transcribe I am 15 years old. My cell phone last number is 6543. My cell phone tail number is 6543. So here it's mentioned that you don't need to type the numbers in Arabic numerals. You need to transcribe the numbers into the alphanumerals. I am 15 years old. I am 15 years old. Okay, this whole thing will be done in the Dari language. This guidelines is for the English language, but for the project, you guys will be transcribing the Arabic numerals in according with the with the alphanumeric of the Dari language. Okay, spelling words. Letters are capitalized and separated by spaces. If the speaker is spelling the word I, B, A, D, like the speaker is spelling out the word, so you need to capitalize the word and you need to give a space between them like this. 5:30 p.m. like the PM is being spelled, so the transcription will be done like this: 5:30, then caps lock P space and caps lock M, FBI, FBI. Okay, NFC, it's a spelling word, NFC. Okay, like this. Abbreviation. When transcribing, you cannot use abbreviation of words. Always use the full word of the pronounced word. For example, you don't need to add any abbreviation. You need to add the full form. You need to add the full form of the doctor. You need to add the full form of the Mr., Mrs., and any other abbreviation. So you don't need to add the abbreviation. You need to add the full form of the abbreviation. Okay, punctuation. Now the punctuations will be done according to the Dari grammatical rules. The punctuation marks will be used according to Dari grammatical rules. Okay. The punctuation of the speaker words needs to be transcribed at the rate is transcribed. Okay, so you if the speaker is calling out an email like about Rahil at the about Rahil5 at the rate gmail.com, so you will not type at the rate like this one at the rate. You will spell it. Okay, you will type in the alpha in the numeric in the alpha in the alphabets like this. At add. If the speaker is saying .com, so you will not add the dot. You will type dot and then .com. Okay. Only commas, hyphens can appear only in the middle of the words. Periods are allowed during the transcription. Exclamation mark, single quotation mark. Okay. If you are doing any punctuation in the sentences, so only commas and hyphens, the commas and hyphens of the Dari language. The commas and hyphens will be used only in the middle of the words. At the starting and the ending, you can't